Good morning, family. Welcome to HGW Community 72. The HGW stands for Homegrown Wellness. I am Miss B, Bohemian Soul. Welcome to the channel. If you are new here, welcome. If you are not new here and you are a subscriber or you have visited before in the past, welcome back and thank you for tuning in. So this morning I want to talk to the family, and I want to talk about the importance of, how should I say, the importance of communication in the beginning of a relationship, and how as women there needs to be communication to the man and vice versa. He needs to communicate with you. And it's not so much as for women, it's not about giving him an ultimatum in the beginning, but it is definitely about communicating your expectations for your life and vice versa. What is making me bring this topic up, or the importance of communication in the beginning of a relationship, rather it be you going into a relationship for long term, or you going into your relationship with wanting to be married? You know, maybe a woman that has never been married, or a woman that has been married, but definitely those are your expectations, and that is to be in a marriage. So I was recently talking to a girlfriend of mine, and we were talking about some situations, some other women that we are well aware of, and we also discussed our past relationships. I'm divorced. I'm a divorced woman, currently single. She's a divorced woman, currently single. We both have children. Her children are grown. The youngest is, I think, in their second year of college, and my children are teens. Like, so I have, like, mine are younger. But as we mature, you know, I'm in my 50s. My girlfriend, she is in her 40s. And we were just discussing how, you know, no woman, and sisters chime in, ladies chime in, but the majority of women that we know, no woman wants to grow old and alone and by themselves. Even having had ended a marriage, or having had ended a long-term relationship and it not ending on a quote-unquote positive note. And we were talking about how there are women in our Generation X, in our age bracket, that go into a relationship knowing full well that they either want to have that relationship turn into a marriage, or it be exclusive and long-term with the man. But these communication does not take place. Communication does not take place in the beginning. And so what should it look like? You know, you and the man, you know, you guys go out on your first couple of dates, and obviously, you know, you're talking about things and being you know, on a companionship level, right? You know, the things that you have in common, what your likes are, what your dislikes are, things of that nature. But it is imperative in those first or the early stage of the dating process that you as a woman, you know what your expectations are for yourself. You know who you are. And you express that to the man in the early part of the relationship. You know, and this is, I'm being transparent. The average woman that I'm just going to say is in her mid to late 40s, who starts seeing someone, you're not looking to have this situation end in 6 months. For the most part, you're not. You're going into it with, you know, this is someone who I would like to maybe have a long-term relationship with, or you know that eventually, you know, you want to get married. Because again, no woman having ended a relationship previously in their 40s plus, it's about a hit or miss type thing. You know, in 20 years, you're going to be in your 60s. If you're in the 50s, in 20 years, you're going to be in your 70s. Let it be known what your expectations are. What your life, long-term relationship goals are. My girlfriend and I, we were talking about a specific situation where there is a person that we know, and she is in my age bracket. She's in her 50s, and she has been seeing someone, and obviously this conversation did not take place. She's been seeing a man who is like 5 years younger than her. So he's in his late 40s or early 50s. And they have been dating, I would say, for the last 6 years. But they did not make their relationship known until the last 3 years. So that right off the rip lets me know maybe she went into it, oh, this is just going to be a fling, nothing serious. And I doubt it. Ladies, we have to be honest. We have to be honest with ourselves and communicating to ourselves what our expectations are. Our communication, before it can take place with the man, we have to be able to communicate with ourselves and set the standards for ourselves. So this woman now has found herself in her and the man, they're no longer together, but they're kind of dealing with each other. And she looks miserable. We've seen her. She looks miserable. Pouty face. Because straight up, like, you guys were in a relationship for 3 years. Then on year 3, you guys decided to start making it, or you, the woman, decided to start making it known that you guys were in an exclusive relationship. Not so much. Couldn't have been too exclusive. Because if you my man, I'm your woman, folks is going to know from the rip. I had to blow my horn because I don't know what this was. It was merging. Shouldn't have been merging, y'all. But, and, you know, my girlfriend and I recently saw her, and she is just most miserable. I mean, she is someone that had been married. She has children. She's been divorced probably well over 15 years. And she comes from a two-parent household. Parents still married. She's in her 50s like myself. And we recently saw her. The bottom line is the communication with her said man, those communications did not take place. Because at the end of the day, she wants to be in an exclusive, ultimately, marriage. He does not. He does not. And so she looks most miserable because it's almost like she has a look of being shocked. And you can't. Like I said, in the beginning of the relationship, obviously you're not going into it stating, well, I want to be married. I want this to be exclusive. You guys are filling each other out. But I'm going to say maybe after 3-4 months, you know, if he is not asking you questions like, you know, where do you see yourself in a year from now? Or like, what, if his conversations with you have not gone from, listen, ladies, if his conversations has not gone from I to we gonna do this, if that's not happening, I'm gonna say after about 3-4 months, the we, and he's still saying I, honey, and your expectation is either to be in a marriage in the future or exclusive long-term relationship, because everybody not getting married nowadays. Exclusive long-term relationships, yeah, but everybody not getting married. If his conversation is still I after 3-4 months and it's not we, it's time to cut them strings and stop wasting your time. But in the beginning of the conversations, you need to converse with him and letting him know that you are good with yourself. You know that you are the end all be all. And there's going to be no substituting or subletting this relationship. And again, you know, those conversations need to take place, and that's where you find out if this person can be a great companion for you. And then eventually you guys are being compatible for each other. So that's just what I wanted to speak to, family. Conversation has to take place in the beginning of said relationship. Remember, be great to yourself because you are great. Be great to your family. They deserve your greatness. Be great to your community. Without love, self-love first, we have absolutely nothing. As always, clarity is key, but without consistency, we have no balance. Family, be well.